come. So all of that is happening today. It's all on point and on schedule. And I'm really pleased to start off the show with an award winning Gen X journalist. She's a political strategist. She's a member of the Central Committee, I think I'm saying it right, for the Democratic Party here in LA. And she is now an official contributor with KBLA Talk 1580. Jasmyne Cannick, welcome in.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
That's hilarious to me. It's like, well, now it's official.
Now it's official.
Now it's official.
It's been unofficial for the past 300
Right.
years. Even when I was
Right.
at two other radio stations that
Yeah.
you have actually unofficially talked to me on.
It's all good. I love our relationship. We have been in this city for, I've been here my entire life, but it's like we've seen a lot happen here. We've talked about a lot, and we're going to continue to talk about a lot of the things that happen here and be a part of this community. So I'm super happy to be here at KBLA this morning.
Yeah,
what you into the camera, Miles? Did you point it at me directly? No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he did. Miles rarely walks in the studio when we're actually on the air. He stays on the other side, mostly fixing that YouTube camera. So you can see us, me and Jasmyne, we're actually on camera at youtube.com.
Unfortunately.
KBLA 1580. What are you talking about? You
It's
look
dark
lovely.
30 and I'm not,
I hate it when I'm not going to lie. You know what I sound like? Chavez just popped into my head when he says, if I complained, I'd be an ingrate. So I guess I'm an ingrate because when it's dark and I have to come to work, it's not my favorite.
Not my favorite either.
I wish that they would get rid of daylight savings time forever. And
Okay, I don't know if I support that, but
you don't.
I'm not sure. I
That
don't think I support that.
fall back, spring forward, all I can't.
We're getting ready to fall back. It's very soon. It's coming up.
Can they just stop? No. Well, I think lawmakers have been talking about that ever since I was a little kid, and it's probably never going to go away.
Because you need the federal government to co-sign on it. So California can vote any way it wants. The legislature can vote any way it wants, but it still has to get the stamp of approval from the federal government. And we all know that was under a different president when we did that, and who we got now. He trying to bring back Aunt Jemima and Cracker Barrel and everything else. Do you really think that man is going to let us get rid of daylight savings time?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You're probably right about that. The thing about it is that you never know with this dude because he changes his mind every 5 minutes. If the right person got in his ear, you do know.
I think you do know. Yes, I think you do know. Yeah.
Well, you could be right. I don't know. I am. Most of it is predictable in a very unpredictable way or erratic way, I should say. But poof. I don't know. The Department of War. I'm the peacetime president. I won a Nobel Peace Prize. No way.
Oh my
it's the
God!
Department
Where do
of
we
War.
start?
No way. I mean, that's why I
Yes.
say you never know, because it's like, wait, weren't you campaigning for a peace prize last week, and now you've got the Department of War? Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And this is why we have great stations like KBLA in our community, so that we can make it make sense, and the rest of y'all can understand. Y'all are not crazy. We seeing the same thing you're seeing and trying to figure out, like, what?
Tariffs, no tariffs, tariffs, no tariffs. It's, yeah. I mean, okay, so I said, I don't know, I guess it was about a month, maybe a month and a half ago, I said we were going to start committing ourselves to being courageous every day, because all of the news can be overwhelming and also scary. But you are always fearless. You say stuff that most people wouldn't say on your blogs and your posts and on this microphone all the time.
Girl, it's my therapy. First of all, I committed my courageous act for the day already. I left the house without drinking a full cup of coffee.
That was very courageous. Yes.
So I apologize to all the drivers on Crenshaw this morning. I was not an impaired driver. I was just uncaffeinated.
Oh, no.
So I did my courageous act for the day. But yeah, no, I decided after he after he won, that I was gonna sort of, remember we were talking about this. I told you I was just sort of gonna pivot from like the fashion stuff, which I still love clothes, I still love fashion and everything, but I was like, there's just more important things in the world right now that I want to focus on. And I've just used, social media to, one, realize that I'm not the only one who feels this way, but to talk about it. I know everybody loves to talk about Gavin trolling Trump. Some of us have been doing this for quite some time,
Right.
and continue to do so. And I think it's really important, too, to also push back against some of the crazy narratives, the crazy lies that are being broadcast on, television and radio and podcasts from that administration. It's absolutely mind-boggling that in 2025, you can just tell these lies, and then I have people calling me, I hear the city's burning down. I hear there are riots. Are you okay? And I might be sitting on the tennis court chilling. What do you mean the city is burning down? But you have these people on television.
Yeah, I got a few of those calls too.
Yeah, I'm just like
consider the source.
Right.
That's step one of media literacy. Consider the source. If, you have that clip posted of Homeland Security Barbie saying,
you being nice.
Say Kristi Noem, the dog killer, saying that LA wouldn't exist
be
anymore.
standing. LA would not be standing had it not been for Trump sending in the National Guard. And I love our mayor. Shout out to Mayor Karen Bass. But sometimes people don't want to say people can't say exactly what needs to be said in a moment like that. So I just provided the necessary response to that.
Of course, we're talking about what you said on your Instagram or and TikTok.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I don't post anything on TikTok. I figured out a way to let it automatically post from. Remember, I was telling you it's too much. I can't do it. It's too much, but it automatically posts over there. So yeah, if you live in TikTok land, you can find it on TikTok, but it's definitely on my Insta and on Facebook. But yeah, I just gave the appropriate letter, 2-word response that was needed. It was only 2 words that were needed, and one of them was please.
If you can't solve that puzzle,
right?
I can't help you. But do you think anybody believes that?
Yes, absolutely.
People do believe
People
it.
absolutely do believe it. I have people in my own family who believe it.
I understood they believed it initially. Oh no, but then weeks later, months later, they still believe it. Like nothing burned.
Absolutely. So what I constantly have to remind myself, and luckily I get to travel a lot, so I get out of Los Angeles, and when you get into some of these other states and smaller cities, we're pretty hip here in LA. We're LA, but there are other parts of the country not so hip, not quite as aware of what is going on. Things are a lot slower. And yeah, there are folks that actually believe when a Kristi Noem gets on television and says LA would not be standing had it not been for Trump. And they actually believe that. Especially if that is the only source of their media is a Fox News or a Newsmax, then they don't know any different.
That's very sad. I guess that's another reason to keep saying the things on social media. Nothing burned, like nothing, nada, zero. I couldn't find anything that was burnt.
I just, with these people, I just can't, Dominique. But it's important for those of us, who like to be on social media, who like to engage in these conversations, to always push back against those false narratives. I was just talking about that quote from Zora Neale Hurston when she was like, I'm not going to say it exactly right because, again, I have not had my coffee. But, they'll kill if basically like they'll kill you, and if you don't fight back or whatever, they'll say you liked it.
Yeah,
something along those
quote,
lines, right? We have to fight back. And there are many different ways to fight back. You see how Gavin's doing it. You see how other folks are doing it all around the country. We have to do it in all areas, including on social media, including in our groups and stuff. Hopefully none of y'all got, Trumpers in your group. But we have to just push back against these narratives, particularly me too, particularly going into 2026. So,
Well, we do have a lot to talk about, and
Yay.
You're invited in. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Jasmyne Cannick is here in the studio with me. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Hey, bills happen. So when you need extra cash fast, go to billshappen.com. Have you been turned down? Are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have bad credit? Go to billshappen.com. All you need is a job and a checking account. You can find a lender and get up to $5,000 cash as early as tomorrow at billshappen.com. BillsHappen.com is the smart way to get a personal lender now. So if you need extra money for car repairs, medical bills, family emergencies, whatever you need cash for, go to BillsHappen.com and you can get the money you need as soon as the next day, up to $5,000. At BillsHappen.com, our process is safe, secure, and all online. No one to deal with in person. And Bills Happen does not charge you any fees to use our service. It's easy. When you need a lender, just remember, when bills happen, go to BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com for the cash you need now. BillsHappen.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Right now, Prester John says Democrats are not fighting back. It's performative. That they're not really fighting back. I guess he's saying that he thinks Gavin is all sizzle, no steak. Gavin Newsom, our governor. It seems to be at least annoying the president. There's something to be said for that, getting him off his square.
Of course. I mean, look, I'm not Gavin's greatest fan, but I do appreciate the fact that he is not bringing a knife to a gunfight. I mean,
yeah.
You know, folks have to realize that we're in 2025 and it is not politics as usual right now. Politics has taken a really sharp turn in terms of how we campaign, how candidates talk, how messaging. I mean, folks, are so used to kiss the baby, smile for the cameras, the perfect candidate with the perfect hair. And, things have changed. And I think that President Trump has had a huge role in that. And, one of the problems that I see with the Democratic Party is their inability to wrap their heads around that and still wanting to act like it is 1995 and 2025. Yeah. And so the folks who get it are the ones who seem to make the headlines, right?
I mean, I think Congresswoman Kamala Dove is one who gets it.
Yes.
I've seen the Crenshaw in her in some of these press conferences, and I'm here for it.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Like, it's none of this, I know what you're talking about. Politicians say and do this. They don't say and do that. It's the very kind of Leave It to Beaver for those who remember the old television show.
Yeah. Well, and also in addition to Congresswoman Kamala Dove, when I just look at the people who make the news, who are Democrats, who are actually, speaking up and speaking in today's language, you have Jasmine Crockett, you have
who it might have been redistricted right out of her seat, right?
Right,
because they targeted her.
Right, exactly. And it's folks like that, and so. Yeah, sadly, it's not enough folks in the Democratic Party.
AOC.
There is AOC. There's still a lot of status quo.
We've always had Bernie.
Well, we've always had Bernie, but there's just a lot of status quo, and the Democrats really need to get it together. This is something I've been talking about for a long time, even though I'm a delegate here in LA. I don't agree with or support everything that the Democratic Party does. And that's why I kind of do my own thing and speak up, because a lot of times the party doesn't speak up.
Well, there's so much conversation going on here in the chat. No, I mean, Paul, he always is questioning Newsom. Reminds me of my mama. She never trusted him. She says the same Newsom who played footsies with Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon and saying even his kids love Kirk.
Well, first of all, I am, again, not a Newsom fan, but I will say this. There's no perfect politician and there is no perfect elected official.
Right.
There's always going to be something that you disagree on them with. And, right now I'm trying to live by the motto of not to let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Because is Gavin perfect? Absolutely not. I mean, some of us remember him telling us to stay home and not go to restaurants, and him having fundraisers and events at restaurants during COVID. Some of us remember even further back than that to, marital issues and
see, it's like Vera goes, I don't care about your marital issues. I didn't vote for you to be my boyfriend. I voted for you to be my governor or my mayor. But I do care about reparations, and the way he stalled that out is not something I'll quickly
And we
forget.
do care when you have an opportunity to replace a black woman with a black woman, and you don't.
We care about that.
It's hard for people to keep. It's hard for people to trust you, right? When you don't do what you say you're going to do. But he is, name another person in California in terms of elected officials that are getting the attention that he's getting, that is basically doing my favorite thing and being petty, throwing that pettiness. You the same energy Trump gives is the same energy that we should be throwing back at him. And that is something that Gavin is doing. Most of the elected officials and those who are up this early listening, I love you, we cool. But it's just pictures of, smiling pictures and this and that. And it's like, no, we need to be trolling this dude. We need to be fighting back. We need to be fighting fire with fire.
And it's not just the trolling. There's also legislation, which is important. We got to do something. We can't just sit there.
No, absolutely not. We can't. And that's one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, I know Prop 50 is not perfect, but it is definitely not us sitting here in California and taking it,
She's not defending the governor. She's saying that what he's doing is effective, and you can't argue that. It is effective.
I'm not defending the governor.
She's saying that the trolling is effective, and you can't deny that. It's ticking off the president.
Headlines.
It's making headlines, and not headlines for no reason. Headlines in support of Prop 50,
right.
Which is at least fighting back. So
absolutely,
and that's important. We can't. What's the official name of it? We can't sit back and do nothing and just let ourselves be pimp slapped. That's not the plan, is it?
No, well, it's not my plan. We have to figure it out, and this is something that we can do. And so I think that Gavin did the right thing in his team. I never forget that team, the ANCO people, because there are a lot of people behind Gavin that make these things possible. And I do think that other states are going to be looking to see what they can do to either sort of mimic, tweak it for their state to see if they can let me rephrase that. Other states where Democrats are leading, right, are going to look to see what they can possibly do to help in this effort, because it definitely is a group project. California can't carry the whole union. We can't do it all here, but we definitely, I think, are creating a blueprint on what other states can do.
Yeah, Jasmyne just said that, Paul. That's his team. But not only that, he has to approve them. The team can't just do whatever they want. Otherwise, a lot more politicians would have great tweets. They have to be approved.
Yeah, there's always a line, a chain of command in the office. But my point is just that he's not doing it on his own. There are a lot of strategists, folks like myself and other folks who work with politicians and candidates and elected officials to help figure out messaging, to help figure out strategy, to see what would work. And this is actually working. So I'm really happy. The only thing that bothers me, and I'm just going to put this out there, is just that I hate when people come on my social media when I do a post like what you're referring to, like, my response to Noam and stuff, and say, I can't wait for what Gavin says. Get the hell off my social media and go see what Gavin's saying then. Because like I said, many of us have been trolling and responding to this stuff from day one. And now all of a sudden, because the white man is doing it, everybody is all on his jock. And I'm like, don't come on my page talking about, well, let me go see what Gavin's saying. Just go see what Gavin is saying. Because again, for those of us that have been doing this since November of last year, he's new to the game. He's very new in terms of responding back with the snark and the pettiness that many folks on social media have been giving.
And you're not being funny because he's not going to support reparations. He wants to be president. No one that wants to be president is going to, especially no one who's tacking right, is going to support reparations. I'm not saying they shouldn't. They should, but that's not a strategy to win presidency. We've got news, traffic, and sports right here. Carl is asking about the protection for VP Kamala Harris. We'll get to that when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Black former Surgeon General Jerome Adams is calling for Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be fired, saying his vaccine policies are dangerous and put Americans at risk. Kennedy accused the former CDC director of lying during last week's Senate hearing.
In a month, she became a liar?
Yeah, you should ask her what changed. And by the way, a month ago, you were voting against her.
Kennedy denies claims he misled the public. A Grambling State student was arrested for failing to disclose his HIV status during a sexual encounter in a campus bathroom. Black 20-year-old Tremond Wright was questioned after someone called to report the activity taking place, and he was arrested. The incident sparked a health alert, with officials urging students to get tested. And Broadway's Cabaret will close early on September 21st as Billy Porter recovers from sepsis. Producers say Porter is expected to make a full recovery, but doctors advised rest. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Still got those annoying mosquitoes, ants, crickets, and creepy spiders? Get them out for good. Call legendary Dewey Pest and Termite Control. family run since 1929. Get a free inspection and evaluation at DeweyPest.com. That's DeweyPest.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
It was a good first week of the regular season for both of LA's NFL teams. The Chargers beat Kansas City Friday night in Brazil. The Rams beat Houston 14-9 in their season opener at SoFi Stadium. The Rams defense kept Houston out of the end zone. All of Houston's points came on field goals. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford was 21 of 29 for 245 yards and a touchdown. Stafford became the 10th quarterback in NFL history to reach 60,000 passing yards. The LA Sparks kept their WNBA playoff hopes alive with a 91-77 win over the Dallas Wings. The Sparks have 2 games remaining to pass the Seattle Storm for the 8th and final playoff spot. Seattle is a game and a half ahead of the Sparks. The Dodgers snapped a 5-game losing streak with a 5-2 win at Baltimore. The Dodgers are back home tonight against Colorado. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
no warrant, no key. 556. You don't have to speak. No. 556. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Jasmyne Cannick is here with me, and we're live on YouTube streaming right now, 800-920-1580, if you want to go the old-fashioned way and hop in to the conversation. We are covering the left coast, what's happening this side of town, and I've got a special guest the Brooklyn Cliff Jones is joining me in the studio in the 8 o'clock hour. So a lot of great stuff happening today. Carl Tucker asked about protection for VP Kamala Harris. The LAPD and the CHP, is what we heard, were stepping up after Trump pulled her Secret Service protection, which had been extended by Biden for an additional 6 months. If you don't know why, you're not paying attention. Where are we with that now? I know the LAPD has pulled out.
They have. I think that happened either Friday or over the weekend. From what I read, lots of complaints that we were diverting crime suppression resources away from where they belong to protecting.
I mean, is that coming out of conservative communities? Is that coming out of progressive communities? I don't understand it, because mostly what cops do is respond to crime that's already happened. And I would think protecting the vice president from death is also crime prevention. I mean, if she's attacked or killed or harmed in any way, then that's crime. So you actually preventing crime if you're...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess protecting a black woman is not at the top of their list of things to do today or any day.
Well, according to the police union, pulling officers from protecting everyday Angelenos to guard a multi-millionaire who can afford private security should not be what the LAPD is doing. And it looks like
wow, it's
the
funny they're
department
suddenly
is acquiesced.
concerned about multimillionaires after backing Rick Caruso to the tune of $4 million.
Yeah,
those union dues, and he's a billionaire.
So, but the CHP is still on the job, and I'm sure she'll probably also include some private security. I mean, I think she's going to be taken care of, but it was like within almost 48 hours. 1 minute it's CHP LAPD, next minute LAPD is pulling out. We know that Governor Newsom is not going to pull the CHP off of protecting the former vice president, so I'm not worried about the CHP.
I mean, also the LAPD, the union, their union, I put air quotes around that, their cartel, I mean, they just basically told you private security is just as good to keep you safe as we are. We ain't special.
Basically, in that.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
noted.
Yeah.
Noted.
I mean, maybe they do. I mean, look, Dominique, maybe they have a point. I mean, in the last several weeks, I mean, I have watched cars driving, being chased, and actually getting away from them. So maybe they really don't have enough people, and they do need everyone that they can get, because there's a lot of things going on in this city that you would think they would be on top of, and we've all seen it, and it was like, oh wow.
Well, I mean,
so
I'm one that thinks the car chases should be out, illegal. Why are they chasing cars? Unless it's like Ted Bundy, don't chase a car. You've got drones. You can follow the car. You've got helicopters. You can hover over the car. You can keep bothering that car until that car runs out of gas. Why do you need to chase cars through city streets, endangering pedestrians and bystanders, other drivers?
I agree 100%, but they love to do it. And you know what else they have now? They can disable the car while you're driving it, depending on what type of car it is and the computer in it.
Right.
So there are all kinds of things.
I should have kept my old car.
There are all kinds of things that they can do, but I just find that interesting. And like I said, I watched quite a few of those chases. Y'all did too.
Okay,
and
here's
the person
another
got away.
huge waste. Yeah, I have. Well, they get them eventually.
They haven't. If they have, let's just say they're doing a horrible. I would think that given the horrible
How do you get
PR,
away with drones and
I watched a person get gas in the middle of a chase, pull over and get a full tank of gas, and I bet you there are people listening right now who know the chase I'm talking about, because it just happened in the past week, and he pulled over and got a full tank of gas.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, I rest.
So maybe
my
they
case.
do need all the help that they can get.
I mean, why are we having 1 million cops in city council meetings if they're so pressed?
you know?
If they're so doggone pressed, and they don't even stop those curseful, hateful tirades.
No, the racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they do, they just stand around and let them call council members
the N-word,
and the C
word,
which rhymes with runt.
Yes.
And it's fine. They just chill. They're just chilling.
I don't know.
So
maybe I don't know.
That seems like a huge waste of police resources. Why do we have half the department there in police commission meetings?
You know what?
That seems like a waste of resources if you're so pressed that you can't protect the vice president. I have a few other cuts. You could stop parking cop cars in front of the Center for Black Power.
Oh, the ghost cars?
And stalking Black Lives Matter LA. You could stop doing that. That'd be a nice savings. They don't need your protection.
There's a lot of things I think that they could do differently and still be able to protect the vice president. But, you know, here's the thing. Like I said, the CHP is still going to be on the job, and I think she'll be taken care of.
I do too, but it's the point of it.
I know.
And I'm sure she has private security. They're saying on the YouTube chat that there's a new thing they have called the grappler.
That's what I was just talking about, that they could disable the car.
Oh,
that's the one that they hook to the back of your car when you're driving. And I saw it.
That's crazy.
I saw it over the weekend. Something happened and they were chasing a car. Not here, I don't think.
Says they can blow tires.
Yeah.
Jerry's saying disable computer chips and snatch axles.
They can do a lot.
Yeah, but so then that means they must love chasing people around and making bystanders crash their cars and stuff. That's the only explanation. They like it.
I don't know. I just like I said, I just wonder, you know, if they, you know, if they need so many people, they probably do need more people, because like I said, I've watched them do these chases. I wish they wouldn't do the chases either. I think it's just not safe. And people get so hurt, and you know, so many lives are in danger.
Yeah.
We really should. Folks need to stop going on chases, and they need to stop being chased. Like it's just ridiculous.
It's just the dumbest idea ever. Speaking of 1990s policies playing out in 2025.
What?
No, car chases.
Yeah,
that's so 90s.
That is.
It's giving, you know, I don't know, those old cop shows, you know.
For sure. Like when they used to have to
Smokey
put the
and the Bandit.
When they used to have to put the light on top of the car, like Hunter. Do you remember Hunter?
Yeah, that's all bad to me. 800-920-1580 if you want to say a thing about a thing. Another thing you had going on IG. Yes, I watch your IG.
Oh,
I follow you.
I watch yours.
It's
too.
Hello Jasmyne, right? I've been following you so long I don't even know what that.
Yeah, it is Hello Jasmyne.
Yeah, at Hello Jasmyne. I'm at Diprima Radio, and you spell that with 2 I's, DIPRIMA, and then radio. People want to call me Dupree and all kinds of other stuff. Just tune in. I'm not complaining. That would make me an ingrate. Anyway, you had a post up on IG about going to some kind of picnic with the Democrats.
Oh, yeah, it is political season. For me, it's political season.
I mean, we have a special election. Is that why? And
we do. We have a special election in like 65, 64 days or something now. I think there's only one thing on the ballot, but it also depends on where you live, because you know, the smaller municipalities, the cities, you know, they might some cities do have elections, you know, different things going on this year. But yeah, it is totally political season. You know, folks are you know, announcing that they're running, doing their fundraising. We're getting ready to go through like the endorsement process, a lot of the Democratic clubs and stuff. And so that particular weekend I had done a retreat with, I'm on the board of the Stonewall Democratic Club. And then the Santa Monica Democrats had a picnic. And lo and behold, there was Katie Porter, there was Antonio Villaraigosa, there was Steve Bradford. There was like all the candidates were there. Why? Because people vote in Santa Monica, right? And so they all came out, and I was there for a few minutes, and I managed to get together with both Villaraigosa and Porter in a photo, which I thought was funny.
Which are going to be rivals or are rivals.
Yeah, our rivals.
So you're saying political season not for November, but for 2026.
Oh, for 2026. Yeah. No, we threw in this special election. No. Folks need to understand, you start your campaign a year and a half, sometimes even 2 years before you ever run. And so, but now we're going into, the summer is over. People are going to start seeing a lot more folks announcing that they're running. Filing will be opening. Filing just means, I don't want to use language people don't know what it means. It just means that I could say I'm running for office today and start raising money, have a campaign committee, but I'm not really official until I file with the county and the state and all of that stuff. And that doesn't really happen until December.
The paperwork.
I always tell people it's a long way from bended knee to the altar. So bended knee, you're fundraising. Altar, you've actually qualified to actually be on that ballot. And so we'll see who falls off between now and then. And then after that, folks, when we hit January 2026, we're 6 months out from the election.
That is scary because that's right around the corner.
It is.
Yeah. Jasmyne Cannick is here. You have some news to share about Bradford. I want to talk about that when we come forward on KBLA. Stephen Bradford. Senator, I should say, KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to here with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
If you're an African American mom who is pregnant or have a baby under 6 months old, you deserve care that lifts, listens, and lasts. Black Infant Health is for you. It's a free program with individual support, group sessions, and resources to start your mothering journey. BIH makes space for moms and their families to create community. Learn more about the programs in Los Angeles County. Check us out at blackinfanthealth.org.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. SMP volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an SMP open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. You make a difference. Visit CASMPvolunteer.org.
Are you wet shaving? You'll get razor bumps.
Nah, Pops. I'm good with Gillette Skin Guard. How long you been growing that beard Mama hates anyway?
Since 77. I shaved and got ingrown so bad.
That's why I use the Gillette Skin Guard razor, face scrub, shave gel, and moisturizer. So I don't have to worry about new razor bumps or shaving irritation.
Gillette Skin Guard, huh? Your mama's gonna love this one.
The best a man can get keeps getting better with Gillette Skin Guard. Buy now at a retailer near you.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. 1-800 Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth.
Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome. We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
Jasmyne Cannick is here. She was telling me something.
Not for the air.
I don't read lips. I'm terrible. I can't read lips. Sorry, you're going to have to text me. Oh, wait, don't text me. Miles has my phone.
Oh.
You're out of luck. Sorry. What is happening with those nails? They're so cute.
Thank you. A little bit of cat eye, a little bit of chrome.
So cute.
I feel like I have superpowers. Like if I point, like some lightning's gonna come out.
Yeah, it does look like that. Yeah. Your nail game is always strong, though.
Thank you.
So
trying to step out my shell and do something different.
The fashion situation is not totally gone. So not at all, actually. You look at your socials. So Stephen Bradford, the senator, was very popular. His reparations bills were betrayed by the CBC and not the CBC, by the California Legislative Black Caucus and the governor. And a lot of folks were wondering what he would do next because he was termed out.
Yeah.
I had heard he was going to run for lieutenant governor, but apparently, I heard that from him, by the way. But apparently, that's not true.
No, he's running for the for California insurance commissioner.
Really?
Yeah, I ran into him at that event, the Santa Monica Democrats, their picnic. And yeah, he is running for insurance commissioner, which is a statewide position. You know, we have several of those.
It should be politicized right now because of the fires, right?
Yeah.
That you want to have someone strong in there. One thing about Stephen Bradford, Senator Stephen Bradford, he suffers no fools.
Yeah. It'll be, I think there's one or two other folks. Of course there would be, right? Also running for it. But I think he has a really good shot at that. It's a different type of campaign you run when you're running statewide. It is not just a district, it is not just a city or, it is statewide.
That means you need a lot of money to win those.
You do need a lot of money.
Because California is a huge state. And even if you're known in LA or known in San Francisco, doesn't mean that you are recognizable statewide.
Right. And so, especially, in Fresno and Eureka and
in Republican California.
Yeah. So, but again, these are the fundraising days. These are the fundraising stages that let candidates and campaigns know if they've got what it takes to make it to that finish line. And so, folks, when you're getting those emails and you're getting those text messages, show your appreciation with your coins.
I just wish they would stop leaving me voicemail messages. I don't mind. I can live with the texts. I don't mind the emails. I can deal with the mailers, but quit calling my phone. I don't want these
it's
fake
so
messages.
All
of a sudden it's, hi, I'm, Gavin Newsom.
Do you really think Gavin Newsom is calling you?
No, actually, no. It's a recording, which is part of what irritates. If it was Gavin Newsom, I'd pick up. I'd be like, hey, Governor.
Right.
I got a few things I want to talk to you about, homie.
Yeah, but it's political season, and we're all going to be bombarded with all of that, and plus more now that we have the special election. So y'all just have some patience and some grace. I'm not going to speak too bad about it because that is what I do for a living. So, I get it. We have to try to reach voters as best we can in the ways that we can, and even that has changed throughout the past couple of decades, right? When I got in the game, we weren't sending text messages to voters and doing targeted digital ads and all of that good stuff. And now we are. And it's a very important part. I remember when we started using email to reach voters and to fundraise. So y'all just have some patience and some grace because remember, this is how it's done, at least for the time being. Because we're going to have a lot of folks running for various offices that are all going to need your attention. And yeah, Bradford is one of those folks, and he's going to be running for the insurance
Why
commissioner.
do you think he pivoted from lieutenant governor to insurance commissioner?
That is the question you would have to ask him.
Yeah.
But I was very interested in him as lieutenant governor because I worked for Mervyn Dimely,
who was lieutenant governor.
Yeah, who was the first black lieutenant governor. I want to say in the U.S. There's usually some little bit of back and forth about whether this other guy, I think from Colorado, was the first or Mr. D was the first. In my book, Mr. D is the first. And, you know, to think that he had a chance. I thought it was interesting because there was an opportunity for us to have another, black man as lieutenant governor. But throughout the life of a candidate, there are pivots like that where you find that you're better suited for another position, or you poll better, or you have a better chance. Different opposition, maybe no opposition. There are all kinds of different reasons why a person might make a pivot like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Caruso had hinted he might run for governor
or mayor.
Or I think he'll run for mayor. Carl Tucker wants to know, what do you say?
What do I say to governor or mayor?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not going to support that.
I mean, but do you think he'll try to run for governor?
I do think he's positioning himself for something. Absolutely. For folks who were watching Caruso's movements during the fires, he was acting like someone who was running.
Yeah.
He was getting as much press as the mayor was getting, and he is not in any elected office.
Yeah.
Just because he's a wealthy man and he used his resources.
And he ran for mayor. And that to me is, well, I think it's problematic that the press embraced him like he was either an elected or an expert. He was neither.
He was neither. He was not. And this was just in January.
And the press was just interviewing him like he was the governor or the mayor.
Yep.
And he was neither. He was the loser of the mayoral candidate. And he's a mall guy. I mean, he owns malls. He builds malls. Nice malls. I love the Grove.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with running a city?
I agree.
Make it make sense. Well, I know you're a yes on Prop 50 person.
I am.
Yeah,
I am
so
a
we
yes
got
on
we got a
Prop
minute
50.
and a half.
We got
here.
about 60 so odd days, maybe 59. I'm not sure. I'm not, again, with the coffee. But I'm a yes on 50. We need to get with it. For folks who have questions about it, I got lots of invitations to go speak at like neighborhood groups and different things like that, which I'll be doing over the next couple of weeks. Excited about that, to explain it, answer questions. Reach out to me. You can reach out to me. IamJasmyne.com is my website, but you can find me on most social media platforms. It may take me a minute, but I will definitely respond back to you.
At Hello Jasmyne, it's Jasmine with a Y, not an I.
Yeah, JASMYNE. Or just send me an email through my website at IamJasmyne.com. Happy to answer any questions. I'll be doing a lot of that work going into November. Yeah, helping folks, different groups, people understand it. But also, we got to do all of our regular get out the vote stuff. We just, like I said when I was on here before, we barely show up on time for regularly scheduled elections. And we have a special election. We definitely have to do some get out the vote work because that is how we lose. It's great that it's on the ballot, but if it doesn't get the majority vote that it needs to pass, and all of the opposition comes out and we don't come out, it's not going to pass.
Right. It won't pass. They're spending big money. Jasmyne Cannick,
big money.
Thank you so much for coming in and agreeing to make it official after so many years.
Always.
All righty. We've got Mindful Monday with Sahara Ali next. The phone lines will be wide open after that. Talking politics, all that straight ahead on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Black former Surgeon General Jerome Adams is calling for Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be fired, saying his vaccine policies are dangerous and put Americans at risk. Kennedy accused the former CDC director of lying during last week's Senate hearing.
In a month, she became a liar?
Yeah, you should ask her what changed. And by the way, a month ago, you were voting against her.
Kennedy denies claims he misled the public. A Grambling State student was arrested for failing to disclose his HIV status during a sexual encounter in a campus bathroom. Black 20-year-old Tremond Wright was questioned after someone called to report the activity taking place, and he was arrested. The incident sparked a health alert, with officials urging students to get tested. And Broadway's Cabaret will close early on September 21st as Billy Porter recovers from sepsis. Producers say Porter is expected to make a full recovery, but doctors advised rest. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Still got those annoying mosquitoes, ants, crickets, and creepy spiders? Get them out for good. Call legendary Dewey Pest and Termite Control. Family run since...
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.